Hello and welcome to the Switch Underground. My name is Danny. Today we're going to take a look at something a little different. We're going to look at a game called ARCSMITH on the Oculus Quest 2. This is a VR title, and the code was provided to me by the developer, publisher, marketing guys. Neon Hive, I think, is the marketing people, and the developer and publisher is Bithell Games. And this game is pretty interesting. As it is a VR title, things have to be interactive, and they are interactive in the way that you build machines. And we're going to take a look at the gameplay and build a few things here in a minute. But I just wanted to say thank you to the developers for providing the title for me to play and really have a cool experience. I'm always excited about new VR experiences and where the medium's going to go. There's always like some VR has been kind of stale lately. It's like, okay, you're in a room, you do stuff, you can walk around, you shoot stuff, or you solve puzzles with your hands. This is a solve puzzles with your hands type of game, but there's a pretty interesting narrative going on as well, which I think is really unique and sets it apart from a lot of these VR titles, which are kind of like play for an hour, maybe you get something story-wise, maybe you don't. But this actually has a pretty compelling story. So we're going to jump in, put together some machines as an ARCSMITH apprentice, and our main guy, his name is, what's his name? Korith Dinn is like the main little character guy you'll see, and my favorite part is the robot named Thule, but we'll see all of that in the end. So let's take a look. Okay, we're going to play a little ARCSMITH today. So when you're in the game, you have this guy over here. He's, I forget his name. Last name is Dinn. We're at this outpost here where we make things on our little table. And we can grab this display thing here. We got this little arm that lets us hold stuff if we want. Let's scoot back a little bit, because I know there's a mic around here, but I can't see it. So, the premise of the game here is you're at this station, and you are sort of an apprentice. And you have these jobs, and there's actually a little story that's going on as well. We have our little robot friend, and we have to build all of these things, and we have tools to do so. And we're basically glorified ARCSMITHs with our little handy devices here. So let's build a spore incubator. Spore incubators within 1 and 3 heat. So there's a lot going on here. We'll talk as we go. So, alright. So we're gonna, oh god, now I'm not far enough away. You need a lot of space, but you can do this sitting, and that's good. So we have these little devices here, and we don't know what a spore incubator is or what it does, but we do know that it can connect to things. And it's got one connector here, and the idea here is to build machines, and you're going to have very specific tools to do so. So if we look at requisitions, this is going to give us stuff that we can use on our machine. So we're going to need some power. Let's grab some power, and this is kind of like a little battery. So we can just attach right off the bat our two little spore thingies here to the battery. And it doesn't have any power yet. It won't have any power until we actually turn on the table. But we have to assess what's going on. And to do that, we have our little control panel, or our little tablet, I guess. And it allows us to like look at certain things like heat and power. So this is our little arc table, I think it's called. So let's turn that to heat. We'll turn it on, and it's got some juice. And if we point our device at the things, we'll see that everybody's got the power they need, but we need to keep the heat down, but we don't know. Do we see the heat? So do we need to make more heat? I don't know. So basically a lot of this game is figuring out what the heck you're supposed to do. So what I want to try to do here is we need to generate some more heat, I think. So let's just give it some more power. The radiator removes heat, and the power generator will hopefully give us some more heat. Let's check. Now this game was given to me by the developer to give it a go. So I love that little robot guy. Let's see what we're working with now. Heat capacity is 3. Huh. How do we generate heat? That's a good question. So a radiator will take heat. I wonder if we attach a radiator to it, if it will actually disperse some heat for us to sort of siphon off. So let's turn the table off. So what we're going to do now is put a radiator on here. We're going to put a radiator on there. We're still going to rock 2 batteries, and you can sort of make this like any shape you want, which is actually pretty cool. And so I think what we're going to have to do is see how much heat is getting put on this radiator. Let's just turn it on real quick. Blocks power. It doesn't have any heat though. Huh. Well, this is confusing. So the radiator blocks power. It doesn't generate any heat. Simulated graph readout. Oh, right. So it's getting no heat even though I've hooked it up to 2 batteries. That's wild. Let's try this again. Still no heat. Maybe I have to use a discharge. Will the discharge generate heat? That's the question. I don't think it will. Let's throw another battery on there, see what happens. Turn the table off. Wonder if I like chain these batteries together, if it would generate more heat that way. So I'm going to chain all those batteries together, and I want to see what this thing's doing. Huh. Why aren't you generating any heat? I mean, you have a battery. That's really odd. Maybe I don't fully understand the mechanics of what this thing's supposed to be doing. Well, the heat definitely appears to be going up. Okay. I guess we're just gonna make a giant ass battery pack, dude. Let's just get a whole bunch of these. And the cool thing here is that you can actually do as much as you want, make the design look however you want, experiment as much as you want. And I mean, some of those other machines I built had some crazy stuff. Huh. Still no heat. What am I missing? I mean, it's got insane amounts of power moving through it. Maybe this will generate some heat? Oh yeah, that's got a lot of heat going on. Okay, I think we have a clue. So let's put this here. Now it's getting heat. Oh, it overheated. Okay, well that's good. Now we have a clue. Alright, so let's take this off. Actually, we're going to put both of the spore incubators here. if I can do it. And let's take off 2 batteries. And let's see what this does. So that one's starting to heat up. That one's starting to heat up. Keep spore incubators within 1 and 3 heat. So it overheated. Okay. Well, that's fine, because we can actually do this. Oh, that battery's like out of place, isn't it? Oh, that's annoying. There we go, fixed. So let's put this here, and we're gonna actually attach a radiator to this battery and see if that solves our problem. And we can actually just have that be held right there if we want. That way when we're analyzing components, we can kind of see it in front of us. I probably have too many batteries on there, huh? Actually, that's working pretty good. So what we can do now is actually put it through the paces. So if we have our machine, even though it's kind of ugly, it will work, but we gotta verify it in order to complete the job. So here we go. It's gonna run a bunch of simulations, see if it's gonna overheat, and if we pass, we pass. There it is, dude. Job complete, and usually when you complete a job, you get a little bit of the story, so let's see if we get some of that. Cutscene. Toolie.
I'm busy, Toolie. I told the kid we were proud we're both busy. Toolie.
Truth.
Oh, there's some truth here we don't know?
I know why the Order is sending a couple of ships this way.
Uh-oh.
I didn't tell you, because honestly, I don't think there's much to gain from talking about it. Toolie disagrees.
Affirmative.
Oh, Toolie's
Toolie
mad.
always uses robot words like affirmative when she's angry at me.
Affirmative.
Uh-oh.
I get it. The Order are on their way because of what's on that planet below us.
What planet?
You know what's out there, kid? No, I thought not. This station has more souls on it than that planet does.
Okay.
It's cold and dry. Anyone out there these days is just pig-headed. But it wasn't always that way. It was always freezing. But there used to be industry down there. Vast factories, building things people needed. Back when ARCs were twice as big, quarter as efficient.
Nostalgic.
Not really. There are weapons down there. Weapons that the Order made illegal decades ago.
Weapons?
Weapons that can kill millions in a single strike.
Like a Death Star, dude?
I guess the thing about being in charge is you get to decide when something is no longer illegal. I'm guessing the Order are spooked by the Independents and heading over here to pick up the old stockpile.
Uh-oh.
They'll kill entire worlds to wipe out that threat. They'll be here soon.
So we are in the middle of some crazy conflict here that I don't entirely understand. Where'd Toolie go? So, I mean, that's basically the loop. We build something, we get a little more story. I mean, some of these other ones I completed, they had like things that were like in the windows, and like we're in some like abandoned part of the galaxy where like people started showing up again. But we keep our heads down and build stuff. So let's build something else. What do we want? A soil drone, an algae farmer. Ooh, a time stabilizer and a solar observer. What's the solar observer? A sensor and recording device that closely monitors the surface, corona, and sunspots of a star. It gets very hot, and the data recorder must be protected from the heat. So that's probably going to require... Oh my god, look at this thing. It's going to require a ton of radiators, and a ton of power. Let's take a look at the other job. Oh, come on, man. Don't do this to me. There we go. A time stabilizer. Whoa! Time tracker's fully powered. The time stabilizer helps maintain time synchronicity across multiple planets. Provide power to the stabilizer when the sunlight is at its peak. Cool. This one looks neat. So, some of these jobs, you get like a little sunlight. Like I had to build like this this little farm thing. So, I don't know what that is. Time tracker's fully powered. Okay, so this is like... This is the solar panel, I'm guessing. Like, if I turn it on, is that getting power? Yeah, that would be the solar panel. And then we have this device, which I assume is the time boy. So if we put that on, do I need to power both of them? How do I know if it's fully powered? Oh, I should see how much power it requires. The power stuff's always been a little tricky for me. Okay. Are we actually good with just putting those together like that? Time tracker's power 1 correct. What if I just do this? Oh, overpowered by 4. Can I see that? Okay, either way it tells us what we need to do. So let's turn the table off. If it's overpowered by 4, it means that we need a discharge between the... Oh, we can have a scaffold here too. So the scaffolding parts actually let you like kind of build out the machine. And it allows some power to pass through as well. We're gonna take a little heat. Oh no, not heat. Discharge is what we want. So what we're actually gonna do is kind of get a little creative here. We're gonna put that boy there. And that guy there. Actually, let's take that off. Put another scaffold. Well, we can make it as ugly as we want, remember. It does not matter. And then I'm actually gonna take... I think I'm going to take 2 of these and attach this entire unit like that, so it's a little less ugly. And we can move, remember, we can move all of our little devices around. Okay, well, let's not... Can you not flip around like crazy? Thanks, buddy. Oh, it's not happy. That works for me. You stay up there. And so I want to use 2 of these to try to bring the power down a little bit. And let's see what this does. So let's power it on. You know, I think we're just going to go straight to verify. Oh, overheated. A lot of power coming through that discharge. Okay, so we're gonna need some radiators, man. How come I can't attach that thing? There we go. One thing I've noticed is that it really it only focuses on the part that you're holding to be the one that clips on. So you gotta be careful there. But we'll attach a radiator here to suck up some of that. That's probably not enough. Something's gonna overheat. Discharge was overheated. Right. So to handle this, what we're gonna do is we're going to rearrange our little discharges here. And what I actually want to do is put a radiator on it if I can. So We're gonna put a radiator here. And then how can we attach this? Is there a space? Let's just pull this off for now, because we're gonna need radiators on the discharge component, but how are we gonna get multiples on there? We can sneak one under there, can't we? So let's do that. Let's put another radiator, and we're gonna sneak it on the back side, like right in there if we can. There we go. Like I said, she ain't the prettiest, but she might get the job done. There we go. Let's see what that does. Sometimes with these things it's like guess and check. You're like, well, whatever. Time tracker is overpowered by 2. And it overheated. Okay. So if it's overpowered by 2, it means that we need a radiator up here. We're gonna need another radiator and another discharge. So can I sneak this one in somewhere? Alright, we're gonna put that guy there. We're gonna sneak in a second radiator back here. And then we're actually gonna plug this thing right up there, if we can. Can we? Oh, we'd have to like... How can we do this? We could sneak in the radiator. Because now I got no place to plug this thing in, and that's a problem. Here, I can sneak this in here. And then what I can do is take this thing off. And I can actually plug it in, like right there. Let's see what that does. So far, so good. Overpowered by 1. Okay. So we still need another discharge. Where can I put it? So another discharge that I guess we're gonna sneak in right there. We're gonna hang. Well, that one, is that one gonna overheat if I put it there? Let's try that. Oh man, that is that is an ugly piece of work. Running simulation. Oh! The radiator overheated. Okay. But it was close. So we're gonna grab another radiator, because why not? Alright, so we're gonna put... Which radiator overheated? So we can actually sneak in another radiator under here, right? There we go. And then... Oh, lost my part. Luckily it came back. And then this... We can actually kind of poke right there, maybe? I want it to like hook right there. Yeah. Oh, I think this is the move. Let's just marvel at this device and how absolutely hideous it is. But just like in programming, it doesn't matter how ugly it is sometimes, as long as it's functional. Let's try. And we can actually use our little device here as well. What? Oh, that radiator overheated. Okay. Well, that's an easy fix. Because if we got one radiator, we just need 2. This is arguably the most haggard looking monstrosity I built so far. But I think we have a winner. Do we have a winner? We did it! Alright. And now, more story.
Responsibility. Error. Problem. Imminent. Danger.
It's okay, Thule. I'm sorry for ignoring you.
Oh.
I didn't mean to scare you. I had to think things over. I had to face up to all of this.
Truth.
Yes, truth. It's time the kid knew.
Kid knew what?
I've not been completely honest with you. The factories down below, monstrous weapons,
You built them.
monsters who created them.
You.
I created them.
Aha!
I led the facility. Those weapons were my life's work. I got caught up in the engineering, the making of great things. I didn't think about what they'd be used for. Now, the Order are descending on my new home to wield the danger I created.
We gotta stop them.
That's generous of you. But back then, you were a glorified tool chest. It's kind of you to try and share responsibility for my crimes. But I won't let you. I came to this workshop to rest. To selfishly create a new life for myself. Away from what I did. Turns out, I couldn't hide for long. Me too.
What's up, Thule? And I mean, so far that's basically been the game. I mean, after every job, and I've done a few, there's a cutscene, and you get a little more and more and more of the story, and it's pretty engaging actually. You know, for a game that you wouldn't really expect that to be in, it's supplemented quite nicely, and I really actually like that. It's kind of a game that you can just kind of chill out and mess with. Should we try to build one more thing? Radio emitters fully powered. And I mean, they're just getting more and more complex with like new components I've never even seen. So that's the solar bit. And these are the radio bits, I guess. Huh. Ah, okay. Battery overheated. Cool. So yeah, this is one that I will be working on later. That's basically it. It's a pretty cool little VR game. I like that you can sit down, and I'll add a little more commentary here separately, but I just wanted to record some of the gameplay here so that we could see what we're working with. Hey, Thule. I can't scan you. Alright, man. We'll see you next time. And there you have it, man. I mean, that was ARCSMITH. We built a couple machines. We saw the ins and outs of working on the table and using our little tablets to see the power and the heat distribution, and looked at all the requirements and how we can like get pieces. And I mean, you can build some pretty incredible stuff. And like I said before, that the machine that I built with the solar thing and the time, that was by far one of the biggest, ugliest boys that I've encountered so far. But it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. So if you picked up this title, let me know what you think. And I want to say thank you again to Neon Hive and the developers for, you know, providing me this opportunity to take a look. It's really cool. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.